Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm happy to see you, and I know we have been lagging in our math lessons or in all our lessons, but we are back on track. So in our last math lesson, we were looking at how to create equivalent fractions. Today, we will not be creating equivalent fractions, but we will be telling whether or not two fractions are equivalent, because sometimes they will not ask you to create it. They will give you the fractions and ask you to tell if they are equivalent, or in other words, to compare them. Now, on the board, I have two diagrams. Let's look at the first one. So the first one shows a fraction, but it does not tell us the name. Then it gives us A, B, C, and D, and we are to tell which of these is equivalent to this. Step one, we have to know the name of this fraction, or the name of the fraction that this diagram represents. Remember, when we name fractions, the denominator or the bottom number tell us how many equal parts the figure is divided into. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So then our denominator is 4. Then the numerator tells how many parts of the whole is being considered. Now we have 2 parts shaded, so it simply means our numerator is 2. That tells me that this fraction is 2/4. Now, we need to figure out which of these fractions is equivalent to 2/4. It's easy. So there are 2 ways to do that, and I'm going to show you now. So one easy way is by using what we call the butterfly method. Yes. So we simply write the 2/4 beside the answer choice. And then for the butterfly method, we are going to cross multiply. So we call it butterfly because we draw to show that we're going to multiply 2 times 8 and 4 times 4. And does it look like a butterfly? It does. So let's see. 4 times 4, that's 16, and 8 times 2, that's 16. Now, remember, we're multiplying this numerator with this denominator, and this numerator with this denominator. So we're going across. That is why it's called the butterfly model. Now, when we multiply, we notice that we got 16 for each of the product. Once we get the same product for each of them, then it means that the fractions are equivalent. Let's see if we're going to get the same product for any other. So again, we're multiplying our answer choice by our fraction that is given. So it's 2/4. Remember, we're using the butterfly method. So it's going to be this 2 times this 4, and this 3 times this 4. So now it's 3 times 4, that's 12. And then 2 times 4, that's 8. What do you notice this time? Yes, the products are different. It simply means 3/4 is not equivalent to 2/4. Now let's try 6/9. So we're taking our fraction here, 2/4, and we're creating our butterfly. So remember, the 2 goes with the 9, and the 6 goes with the 4. And then we're going to multiply. So 6 times 4, that's 24. And 9 times 2, that's 18. They are different, so it's not correct. Last one. So again, I'm putting my 2/4, and I'm going to cross multiply. So it's 2 times 7 and 5 times 4. So 5 times 4, that's 20. And 2 times 7, that's 14. Again, they are different. It simply means that the answer is A. So 4/8 is equivalent to 2/4. All right. Now, we're going to look at number 2, and then we're going to use another method to figure out if they are equivalent. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the whole is divided into 6 equal parts. That's our denominator. Remember, the shaded parts represent the numerator. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So our numerator is 4. Now that we know what this fraction is, we can check to see which of these is equivalent to 4/6. Remember, step 1 is to put the fraction beside the other. Then we are going to draw our butterfly. So 5 goes with 6 and 4 goes with 8. So 5 times 6, that's 30. And 4 times 8, that's 32. Remember, if you don't know your tables, you can skip count. So don't worry about me doing it so fast or automatic. If you don't know the times tables, just go ahead and skip count. And I taught you that already. So I know you know how to do that. So we get 30 and 32. It means that 5/8 is not equivalent to 4/6. Now let's try 2/3. So again, we're putting 4/6 beside 2/3, and we are going to use our butterfly. So it's 2 and the 6 and the 4 and the 3. Let's go. 2 times 6, that's 12. And 3 times 4, that's also 12. It simply means they are equivalent because the products are the same. Let's look at answer choice C. So again, we're putting 4/6. And then we are going to use our butterfly method. So it's 7 and 6 and 9 and 4. 7 sixes, that's 42. And 9 fours, that's 36. They are different, so it's not correct. Then the last one is 8/6 and 4/6. Draw our model, butterfly model, and let's multiply. So 8 times 6, that's 48. And then 6 times 4, that's 24. So again, they are not correct because the products are not the same. Now, let us move on to another way to identify whether or not two fractions are equivalent. So in this one, 2/3 is equivalent to 4/6. So this time, I just changed the answer choices, but we're using the same fraction as before. So again, we have 2/4, and then we have some answer choices, and we want to figure out if they are equivalent. So again, I am going to write my 2/4 beside the answer. Now, I am going to ask myself, what can I multiply by 3 to get 2? Nothing. What can I multiply by 5 to get 4? Nothing. It's probably not equivalent. But I can ask myself also, what can I multiply by 2 to get 3? Nothing. What can I multiply by 4 to get 5? Nothing. So it simply means these are not equivalent. Let's try B. So again, I'm writing my 2/4. Again, I'm going to ask, what can I multiply by 6 to get 2? Nothing. What can I multiply by 7 to get 4? Nothing. So I'm going to switch it around. Now what can I multiply by 2 to get 6? It is 3. 2 times 3 will give me 6. What can I multiply by 4 to get 7? Nothing. It simply means these are not equivalent. So even though 2 times 3 give me 6, 4 times 3 does not give me 7. So it's not equivalent. Let's look at C. Again, I'm writing my 2/4. Now, can I multiply anything by 10 to get 2? No. Can I multiply anything by 20 to get 4? No, because 10/20 is bigger than 2/4. So then we need to multiply the 2 and the 4 to get the 10 and the 20. So let us see. What can I multiply by 2 to get 10? It is 5. So 2 times 5, that's 10. If I multiply 4 by 5, am I going to get 20? Yes. 4 times 5 is 20. It simply means 10/20 and 2/4 are equivalent. So this time we're not doing the butterfly, but we're still multiplying. And we could also divide. But I like to stick with multiplying. So if the first set of number does not work, or the first fraction does not work, instead of dividing, I go to the second fraction and still multiply. Let's try answer choice D. So again, I'm writing my 2/4. 9/16 is bigger than 2/4. Sorry, yes. 9/16, the 9 is bigger than 2, the 16 is bigger than 4. So there's nothing I could multiply by 9 or 16 to get 2 or 4. So let us come over this side. Is there anything I could multiply by 2 to get 9? No. Is there anything I could multiply by 4 to get 16? Of course, it is 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. However, the answer is incorrect because we cannot multiply 2 by 4 to get 8. So it's out. Now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what you can multiply by 4 to get 16, but you don't know, skip count by 4 until you get to 16 and then count 1, 2, 3, 4. So it simply means you multiply 4 times 4 to get 16. Let's go to number 2. Here we have the same diagram, which is represented by 4/6. Again, we need to figure out which of these answer choices is equivalent to 4/6. So I'm going to write my 4/6 beside 3/8. I'm going to ask myself, what can I multiply by 3 to get 4? Nothing. What can I multiply by 8 to get 6? Nothing. So let's try the 4 and the 6. Is there anything I could multiply by 4 to get 3? What about multiplying 6 by something to get 8? So that's wrong. Let's look at B. I'm writing my 4/6. Is there anything I could multiply by 16 to get 4? No, because 16 is bigger than 4. And the same applies with 24. It's bigger than 6. So there's nothing we could multiply. So let's try 4/6. Is there anything we could multiply by 4 to get 4? A while ago we skip counted by 4 and we got to 16 after skip counting 4 times. So yes, 4 times 4 is equal to 16. Now would 6 times 4 equal to 24? Let's see. So we have started skip counting by 4. We're at 16. We need to go 2 more times to see if we get 24. So 16 plus 4 is 20, and 20 plus 4 more is 24. It simply means when we multiply 4 by 6, we get 24. Therefore, 4/6 is equivalent to 16/24. So, we put a question mark. Let's try C. So again, I'm putting my 4/6. Is there anything I could multiply by 2 to get 4? Of course, it is 2. So 2 times 2, that's 4. But is there anything I could multiply by 8 to get 6? No. So this is not correct, because there's nothing we could multiply by 4 to get 2, and there's nothing we could multiply by 6 to get 8. So that's definitely out. Last one, 4/6. Again, 8/14, it's bigger, because the 8 is bigger than the 4, so there's nothing we could multiply by 8 to get 4. And the 14 is bigger than the 6, so there's nothing we could multiply by 14 to get 6. So let's go the other way around. Is there anything I could multiply by 4 to get 8? Yes, that's 2. So 4 times 2, that's 8. What about the 14? Is there anything I could multiply by 6 to get 14? No. So it simply means this is not an answer. So the correct answer is B. 16/24 is equivalent to 4/6. And we could still do the butterfly method, but I don't like to do the butterfly when the numbers get so big, because now we'd have to go multiply 6 times 16. I might know that that is 64, but you might not know. And then we'd have to go multiply 4 times 24. So when the numbers get this big, it's easy to say, is there anything I can multiply by this number to get the bigger number? And you don't even have to think about dividing, because some people have problems dividing more than some. So if it's easier for you to multiply, just ask yourself, what can I multiply by the smaller number to give me the bigger one? And remember, if you don't know the times tables, it's no shame to skip count. I do it too, and I use my fingers as well. Now, that's it for today's lesson. If ever again you're asked to tell if some fractions are equivalent, you have two methods. You can do the butterfly method, or you can simply multiply the smaller number by a certain digit to get the bigger one. And make sure when you're multiplying, the same number you use at the top must be the same one you use at the bottom, else it's not correct. That's it for today, boys and girls. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. And I'll see you in the next lesson. But don't forget to like, share, leave a comment. And if you have not subscribed yet, if you have not tapped that notification bell yet, please do so now. Thank you.